So, yeah, I think I can see me.
I think so.
All right, hello, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Ian, and I have with me today Vinny and Varun.
Woohoo!
Together we are Red 360 Entertainment, launching our channel that we've been trying to put together for a long time now, and we just decided to hit go, and here we are. It's about time we look back and see, how Red 360 came into existence. This kind of stuff it just didn't start overnight like this.
No, definitely.
This was the brainchild of another one of our wonderful friends. I mean, we all like family. At this point, we'll probably be able to bring this individual into the conversation. He couldn't be with us in studio today, but he'll be joining us via phone.
You see this one? We are called Red 360. Red 360. R for rhythm, E for energy, and D for drive.
Welcome, Nati.
Hey, glad to be here, man.
Nati is the founding member, the mastermind behind this whole Red 360 movement.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
remember your first time meeting Nati or?
Jeez. First time meeting Nati, he was running up and down inside somebody's show. He had some big speakers and all kind of, boy.
Okay, so for me, I was always a follower of popular Trinidad bands at the time, right? And one of the most popular bands was GMC Triveni. So I would look at the albums. We used to buy all their CDs. We have family friends that were part of the band at the time, and there was always be this guy named Nati Ramuta on the album, and his vocals were pretty versatile. He would do some reggae, he would do some soca, he would do some chutney, and never had an opportunity with the band touring North America to see him
To
perform.
see and meet him, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So fast forward a few years now, and I was playing with a band at the time, and come to find out that Nati was doing sound, and apparently he's living in Fort Lauderdale, and so we intentionally went to a location that he was playing music in the night before the show to meet and greet and try to see what we get himself into, and that's where we met him, at the River Cook. That's
Wow,
what it was called
River
back
Cook.
in the day. And this was maybe
Every-
in 2005, I want to say.
Yeah, 2005 in November 2005, December, because we had the show in January.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's my earliest memory of meeting him and actually starting that friendship from that point on.
I think for me
Solid, yeah.
it was well, I'm pretty sure Nati knew me before I knew him, but my first interaction with Nati was seeing you guys play Tasa, Revolution Tasa, seeing you guys playing the sport, like the showmanship that you guys put on. That's what drew me to to that Tasa group, and I think it was for a Pago celebration, and I had walked over to you guys and expressed my interest about joining, and you guys like yeah for sure, this and that, and I think it didn't happen for a while until a wedding, and Nati was actually the person to physically put the jal in my hand and said, go play some jal. And that was actually that was how I got into the Tasa side of things. And from then it was, I've known Nati since then. So that's what it was for me.
Boy, I can't remember meeting Nati,
He's on the phone now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you.
No. I remembered back in the days Like I said, this guy running behind these big speakers, making a whole bunch of noise, quarreling with people and all that kind of jazz. You know, at the end of the day, he make everything sound marvelous. And then all of a sudden, he grabs the mic and starts singing.
Like
and it's like
a
"Whoa,
alligator."
what he doing? What he doing? Sound check? No. Middle of the show, the man starts singing. Crowd going wild. I said, what? No. Something else behind this, man. Natty, how was it for you, man? How was things for you? What is the scene today?
Everything good, man. Everything good. Music wise, on the slow side. My cooking and the business of the cooking that take off really well. You know, I've just been busy, man, hustling. I'm a hustler. You know, you said it yourself, from toting box to singing. That was one part of the hustling. Now it's a different part of the hustling. You know, I'm just here doing my thing, bro.
Nice. Doing your thing. Part of the things that you've done in the past, and one of those things is Red 360. You
Yeah.
are the mastermind behind Red 360. Give us a little history about that. How that came about.
Well, boy, it's been some years, so you know, as again, all I is forget a lot. So
It's been 12 years.
yeah.
We just want to remind you that.
That's a long time. That's a long time. Red 360 come about. It was an idea of mine to do something fresh, something that we've been getting bands coming out of Trinidad and Tobago and elsewhere that coming and showing the talent and showcasing and shows and all this other stuff. And we had just one or two bands in Fort Lauderdale at the time that didn't really, I wouldn't say can't cut it, but you know, to the standard that you would want to give people. Red 360 started off with me, you know, and Varun. I came and said, Varun, you know, we need to make a little change. We need to do something different. You know, Varun and I were in a band, and to me, at that time, the band got a little stagnant. You know, the members were really scattered. They wasn't doing things the way how a band would, you know, or the leader would be doing things. It was just something that I came up with, and I said, you know, we have good guys, not just musicians, singers. We have good guys here that just sitting and waiting for that call to go out there and do something, which is not a money-making thing for us, but it's something to showcase with talent and also be in the thing that we love, which is music.
Things that you enjoy.
You know, what was that?
Things that you enjoy doing, yeah.
Right, the things that we love, which was music. And we had to wait for that call. So instead of waiting for the call, I decided, well, hey, Varun, I talked to Varun, and we was fishing around for the name and things like that. And I said, well, you know, rhythm, energy, drive. I had the name Red, you know, R-E-D, Red. And it was not Red 360, but actually Red 365, because there's 365 days a year.
Right.
So, you know, it was all year round. Rhythm, energy, drive. That's what we wanted to give to the people. The rhythm, the energy, and the drive of the music. 365 days a year. And I came up with the idea, spoke to Varun, we put together a bunch of friends, and we formed the band, you know.
Yeah, I remember that started all by my house. Yeah. All of us sit down there eating, and that idea just threw across the table.
Well, actually, before we even got to that point, it was a back and forth that me and Natty was having, right? Because I was like, of the thinking, does South Florida really need another band, right? And the way that we answered that was like, what are we bringing to the table that's different than what's already being presented at the table, right? And what we were doing was leaps and bounds so different and so much more ahead of what was existing at the time. So the way we answer that question is like, if we can perform like this, then that'll be our differentiation amongst the other bands that existed at the time, right? But that meeting we had at your backyard, this conversation was already being had, so that we had that direction to have that meeting.
Fine, be like that.
Yeah,
that's
we also had some meetings at Ravi's place as well, Ravi Hirman.
Yeah,
And,
I think he was present for that as well.
What's that?
I think Ian was present for that as well. And I think that's when we came up with, we can do everything that we need to do with every member inside the band already.
Right. Yeah. Because everybody had something to bring to the table, you know.
Exactly.
We've like I said, we formed the band with the intention of just enjoying music. You know, we wanted to put forward something real good that South Florida, yes, they've seen, but they ain't see it like what we know we have.
Right.
Because I was in the band at that time, and not Rock 360, but the other band at that time, and it was just stagnant. At some point, you know, I was holding back myself from singing and performing, and I was just engineering, because you want to move forward with your talent, and you want to move forward with things. And there's a way I used to do things, I think, that people didn't like. So I never used to push myself, you know, on that forefront. But when we decided that we're going to open Red 360, Red 365, we put together that plan and we executed it well. I find we executed it well until I had to move, you know, until I had to, you know, migrate,
relocate.
Yeah, relocate. And then, you know, we were back and forth, maybe for about a year, Varun.
I think we did 1 or 2 gigs. I think one in Orlando. We did a reception in a backyard.
We did actually 3 in Orlando.
Okay.
We did the in the park.
Yeah, and then the Parang show. Right.
Actually 4, the Parang show, the park. We did Chutney Brass, one of the
Chutney
shows,
Brass.
Chutney Brass. And then we did another show again. So maybe about 5 shows, you know, while I was here, and we were back and forth. And
So since you brought up Chutney Brass, do you know Red 360 is the first band in history to open for Chutney Brass in America?
no, I did not.
You didn't realize that, right? The
Yeah,
opening
that
act
was
of Chutney Brass.
2017.
Well, look at that, boy. We make history.
I want to
Yeah,
say 2013 or 2014.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
'Cause-
The
'cause we
videos
all
are still
lived
up on
in
YouTube.
Fort Lauderdale at the time.
Yeah. Yes, you were. Yep. So yeah, shout out to Triple S for putting up with us.
Yeah, man. No, but that was a good show and all too. And being the opening man, you know how that has go. You knew everybody's gonna put you up on first,
Right.
and you know we do it thing and we just mash up and go.
Yeah,
Well,
I believe that day was a lot of rain too.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, it's a good thing we went on at the time that we did, because the act that came up next, a bucket of rain fall on top of them.
Yeah, I think our performance washed them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but we were pretty
So
solid
let's-
on that stage. There's some other big bands from Trinidad that came up for Chutney Brass also, and when we came off stage as the opening act, one of the, I don't want to call anybody name or anything, you know, but one of the guys came to us and said, man, that was real solid. That's a hard act to follow. He was actually feeling sorry for the other two performers that had to come up afterwards.
Yeah.
It
You
was,
see, again, with the forming of the band, we know what we had and what we have. I wouldn't say had, because everybody still have their gifts and their talent and what they could offer, right? And I'm sure if we jump back into the band and we do a reunion, you know, we could do.
yeah,
do
for
something.
sure. I know by now. I mean, everybody must have way improved.
Make sure you send out
Oh,
your
yeah.
invitations.
Yes. We will send out some invitation. I think that's a good idea. You know, we can do a Red 360 reunion and bring back the guys and let everybody just jam for a night or session and have a good time. And you know, like I said, we formed the band with a lot of great talent and good guys. The thing about it is having good guys, good people in your circle, and people to see the vision. You know, it was a part of my life that was really good. I enjoyed that, especially being around my friends. You know, it was good. It was a good run. We come out from Trinidad because all are we from Trinidad, right? We come out from Trinidad. Once he pong in, he's sung in. And I say it like how they say it in Trinidad. Once he pong in, he's sung in. Being here, working with a lot of different song engineers, my boy Adrian Afun, his father was a big engineer. That guy teach me a lot, just improve on everything that I know in song. And the quality of song is not how we pong in.
Yes.
That's not how music should be played. And as you get older in life, you would understand these kind of things, because when you pong in, it's not a nice thing to hear that ringing in your ears. Once you hear that ringing in your ears, you're going deaf.
Yeah.
You know, putting out your tones in your hearing. But
it's funny you say that, right? Because when the band first started up, right, we did some work with the general counsel at the time, Mr. Anand Ramlogan, I think is his name.
Oh, that's 7.
Right?
What? Real performances,
And
boy.
we did an
we
event.
did a lot. Yeah.
I think we did a couple events at his place, right? And me and Ian went to do an event, and we were getting set up, and they had a raffle, right? So I'm listening to the mic in order to EQ the mic and tune the mic for the proper sound, right? I'm so listening to the quality of the content coming out the mic. I'm not listening to actually what is being said. They were calling my name
As the winner.
as the winner of a round trip ticket to Trinidad. And I'm sitting there not really listening to the content, just listening to the quality of the sound being produced, right? So that tells you, like, if you have an ear for it, you can zero in and like really block out the noise and just try to listen to what you're listening to. But it takes time. It takes years. You have like, I saw this video online. You know, sound engineering is a listening skill. It's not a technological skill. It's not a physical skill. You have to train your ears, right? And took
You see, that's what you're saying there. They don't teach you that in school, right?
No.
You have to learn that hands-on for yourself. Even just by listening to the car radio, and you just zone out and just listen to the hi-hats alone. Listen to the little whatever talk, whatever crazy little noise that's in the song. Try to listen to these things, and you will zone everything out, and you will start training your mind and your senses to pick up these things to help you along the way, better your craft.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, but that takes time. That, like, for you for your brain to operate that way, it takes time. It takes effort and energy for your brain.
It's a real skill to learn. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a real skill to learn. So
Yeah. No, with the song part, right? Guys, since we're on that, we have a lot of songmen that coming out and they in school. They go to school and they learn about song the proper way to,
Hey,
to
Vinny.
do song. But
He's talking about you, Vinny.
Vinny is one, but producing something and hearing something live
Live.
is totally different, right?
Yep.
Agreed.
That is totally two different things. I'm glad you guys brought me on this format to talk about Red 360, Red 365, now Red 360. And I have to say, when I left Fort Lauderdale and came to Orlando, I made a decision to give Varun, all say, because Varun was actually one of the managers in the band as well when we started off, and Varun was is a real decent man with plenty ideas.
Thank you.
His ethics is great. He's one of my best friend. Good individual that I see that could have taken this further than what I was, doing, because at the time with the move, it was a lot for me. And I had to say hats off to Varun for carrying on the name and doing his thing and making it into what he envisioned.
Yeah, so thank you. Very kind words. But in doing that, we couldn't do what we envisioned without having help, and in bringing what we have now is an envision between what started between three of us, me, Nati, and Ian. And then when you departed, we was left with, all right, well, what do we want to do with this?
yeah, when you left, you took a part of us with you. So we went from Red 365 into Red 360. We condensed it a little bit, and
So I take about 5% and I was it.
yeah, possibly. Yeah, we condensed it into Red 360 entertainment. We went into more of the entertainment for the masses,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's where we evolved from where you brought us to, and we took it from there, and
Yeah.
we started moving into more of the entertainment side, and we took all the equipment that we had, myself and Varun. Man, we have pictures of garage full,
QSC racks.
yeah,
Racks
QSC
of QSC mixer
JBL systems. We had two separate systems. And we had
amplifiers.
yeah, we had a QSC system. We had a JBL system, speakers, amplifiers, everything for separate events, and it was nice. And we moved away from that. We started doing research because all that was great, but
It's backbreaking.
yeah,
We made the mistake of putting two QSC 4050 in one amp rack. We never did that mistake again.
yeah. We learned from that mistake immediately. I remember we tried to put
Yeah.
that thing in the back of a minivan. We had to take out all the speakers just to put that rack
Yeah.
because the minivan went
But
like.
I would say 24050 is the equivalent of one Macintosh amp back in the day. After the phone, we used to have to pick up one Macintosh amp and put it in the truck. So I know what you're talking about.
So I mean, we both had personal equipment together, and we started getting calls from the masses. Hey, can you guys do this? Can you guys do that? And we were like, yeah, sure, right? So he would piecemeal what he has with me, and we'd be like, all right, we're gonna bring this, this, and this. Problem is, we didn't have a vehicle, so we're using the family van. So you gotta take out the seats, load up the truck, go cut the gig, come back home, offload, put back the seats. So you're kind of doubling up on time. We found and demoed equipment from any major manufacturer you can think of, right? Yeah, everyone knows about the DAS and DAS's great products. We did the QSC. QSC had just came out with the KLA,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, line array looking type thing. And we actually went and demoed EV, QSC,
JBL.
JBL in the stores.
JBL had those
And-
double 18 backbreakers.
Yeah, SRX. But the kind of power you need to push that,
Yeah,
you know?
you had to tap off the mains.
So I found,
Yeah.
I originally found a pair of LS801s used on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, whatever was available at the time. I don't think Facebook Marketplace was a thing.
wasn't a time-
It was
that was
Craigslist. So-
before, yeah.
I, being the bassman of the band at the time, you know why I bought that? As a bass rig. That was gonna be my bass rig when we had to do song,
Yeah.
right?
We used that bass rig as a basis to start building tops going from there.
Right, and then maybe a year or a year and a half later, I found another pair of LS801
Right.
powered all the way down Cutler Bay. A guy had it in his storage.
Yeah.
We took another minivan down to pick that up. So now we had good low end, right? We could do 2 solid basses on either side of the stage, right? And for a long time, we were renting tops,
Yeah.
right? We rented EVs from a good friend of mine, Duran, big up yourself. Until we gathered money from doing these gigs, doing these little, you know, odd things here and there to bring in under the umbrella of Red 360, until we actually went out and demoed a set of Yorkvilles, the tops, the PSA 1, I think it is.
Yeah.
And this little speaker is about 18 inches wide, shaped like a trapezoid, has 4 6-inch and a horn,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we-
in demoing that when we heard that for the first time, we say, you know what, let's do some research, a little bit more research in this thing. And we started researching the specs on it, the real output specs. And we were able to make a decision right there and then that, you know, we're going to go down this road. We're going to go down this road big time. And we started selling everything that
Yeah.
we owned. I mean, we almost sold a minivan too.
yeah,
But that's a real good investment there. You know, I've used Yorkville since 1997, and before they even had power speakers, we had the single 18 that you had to power yourself.
yeah.
I had an QSC EX 4000
Elite.
pushing that Elite. Yeah, that back in the day, that wasn't even integrated amp, it was transformer amp. So, you know, moving forward now, just like how you guys evolving,
Right.
you know, it's good. You know, you move with the time, you know, and again, how it pong, so it's song,
Song, yeah.
move away from that, and you go with sound quality, you know.
Yeah, well, the whole concept of demoing equipment and stuff like that, right? We didn't finance any of our purchases. We didn't put it on credit cards. We used the income that we were getting from these gigs, and if Ian got a lead on a contact, you know, we both work in low voltage, right? We do voice data wiring. If he got a lead on something, we would go do the job, but bring it on the umbrella of Red 360 so that we have a rolling income so that we can then, you know, invest into what we wanted to do, which in this case was a set of Yorkville speakers.
Yeah.
That was really good because we didn't owe anybody anything. We built it from scratch, and doing that research, and buying these single pieces and so the Yorkville company saw us buying these things, and they called up their rep in our area and told their rep, hey, this guy with this phone number is buying this stuff. What is he doing? Go find out what he's doing. And when I,
truck.
yeah, when I drew this out for the rep called me directly on my phone, and I was like, ooh, really? And I drew it out and showed him what I was doing. He took me to dinner, and we were discussing all this stuff, and he said, Yorkville is quite impressed by what you're doing. They're very interested to see and hear what it sounds like. But you know what? They never heard what it sounded like. And they were just so impressed by it that they gave us certain offers that we took to heart, and
Yeah, we couldn't refuse.
we just rolled with it from there.
I mean, keep in mind, at that time, Yorkville, the company itself didn't have a strong social media presence. So I would go cut a job and I would put up stuff on my Instagram, which evolved into Red 360's Instagram, and try to, promote the brand here and there. And I would try to tag Yorkville, and I wouldn't find them on Instagram. I mean, I think they had a Facebook, but it's never been updated. So, in doing that and seeing what's going on, it kind of helped to build their brand at the same time. Because all of a sudden, when they came on, they had all these hashtags already on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that was crazy too.
Yeah, they were glad to see us making a push into the zone, and then they just launched their line array system and going into that direction, and they were glad to see us pushing into there and moving forward with it. And we're actually great friends with the rep up to today. I can call him on his personal cell phone and tell him, hey, this is Varun. And he was like,
The who?
he's like, real great stuff going on, man. And not only in sound, we keep pushing into areas. We going in to do sound. Then, we need some lighting. Great. We bought some lighting and started moving into lighting as well, and learned that industry. And we evolved into there, added it to our offering. And we usually tell a customer that, we'll throw this in for you. We'll bring it up.
Yeah.
And we keep moving it forward. And now we're doing multi-camera live streaming. Not a lot of people live stream with a phone or a webcam that they put up right where they're playing from, or right where the mixer is, and they live stream from there.
With the
And now, man,
with the ambient sound of the room.
we
not
live stream with real-time audio, multi-camera. We can do moving shots. We can go right into the crowd, talk to people, bring that audio right back into the stream, and be top-notch on that. And we're evolving in that area, and bringing Vinny on board also. Vinny actually went to school for most of this stuff, and he has a lot in that area to offer.
But also too,
So Vinny went to school for the technical stuff, but Vinny that you didn't touch on is also a musician, and he knows music.
Yes.
Yeah.
So further in his study, in the technical parts of it was really good. So hats off to you, Vinny, on that, and congratulations if I didn't say it before.
thank you. See, they teach you the technical stuff in school, but like you were saying, until you really get your hands on and you're there, boots on the ground in the middle of a gig, then you really know, well, what type of engineer are you? And like you said, having the background in certain genres of music, you know how to maybe approach a live set. You know what to look for. You know how it's supposed to sound. Whereas, in the studio setting, it's completely different. So I think having, a base knowledge on both ends, helped me. As well as, like you said, being a musician from before for that long, I mean, that was probably the biggest benefit.
Like you said, everybody has something to bring to the table. So he has something to bring to our table, and add and help us to move forward. And from us, we give to him the experience that he doesn't have in the field setting.
So we just recently launched this past summer our website. It is red360ent.com.
The red360ent.com, and we have our phone numbers and stuff linked to it, 954-754-5733. So people can reach us quite easily. That phone number comes in and somebody answers.
Yeah.
We're not going to call anybody's name. So we're moving forward with Red 360.
And actually, everything that we do on the website, everything we do on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, is all done in-house. We don't have a social media officer or a marketing firm. Everything that we do is done by everybody that's part of Red 360.
Us.
We don't even have nobody to run these cameras right now. We running these cameras. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say thank you, Nati, for being able to join us. Given the background and given the story of the beginnings of Red 360, we always here. Whenever you're down here, we always a phone call away. Sometimes you're just maybe a couple miles away in some parts of the, South Florida. So the floor is yours. Anything you want to say to wrap up?
Wow. So like you said, we really touched on some key
Sensitive.
stuff there. It always brings up something when you're passionate about certain things, and
Correct.
when you're passionate about these things, it arises. It wakes up the devil, and whatever you want to say, the Shakti, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
But it brings up that fire in you. And thank you guys, for waking up that little fire in me this evening. Thank you for having me on the forum and being part of you guys. I have to say, it's a great team of guys and good friends. And just continue rising, man. Continue putting your best foot forward and giving the people good quality entertainment services. And also remember to always smile.